What is going on, Colts Nation? He is Jamal Lawrence. I am Eric Smith, your co-host of the Colts Cast.
Yo.
3 months, Colts Nation. That's all we need. 3 months until we get some NFL action. We are about to be in this. But hey, 3-day mandatory minicamp. I think it's officially concluded, right? Yeah, we're done. We're mandatory minicamp. But there's a lot to break down here. Look, it's been a fun 3 days. We've been keeping an eye on it. So let's get right into it, Jamal. Let's not waste any more time. Let's start with the most important player.
Let's do it.
Well, I think one of the most important players is that subscribe button. Hey, that like button and subscribe. Please do that, Colts Nation. If you haven't yet, really appreciate the support. We're almost at 1,900 subs. Shooting for that 2,000.
Absolutely.
Okay, but really, who's the most important player, Jamal?
Anthony Richardson. No question about it. No,
there we go. Do we start with the good or the I don't even know if I want to call it bad, but like my booty hole was puckering a little bit.
Hey, I think everybody in Colts Nation was, everybody. It's two days of Richardson not being what we expect Richardson to be, especially after this shoulder surgery and missing the entire season. Everybody got nervous. So I think without question, when he had a little chance to talk at Media Day and Shane Steichen, people's hearts are probably fluttering. They wanted to know what was going on, but let's talk about it.
Let's start from the top. Like Wednesday, talk about he had some pain. Well, first of all, he was having a back issue. That was getting stretched out for a period of time. I'm like, all right, okay, that no big deal. Then they were like, yo, he's got pain in his throat and shoulder. My heart dropped because the people reporting it were so morbid and grim. I'm like, yo, y'all making me depressed. He didn't throw with his right hand today. And of course that was planned. And I'm sure you're about to talk about Shane Steichen, but it just seemed like he wasn't 100%. And that didn't sit well with me until, we got the rest assured today. Right, Jamal?
Absolutely. And, started from the head man himself. When Shane Steichen said, rest assured, I felt a lot better about everything that was going on. Again, I think that Shane Steichen is a very private person. We know the Colts organization is a very private organization. So I don't think even if there were something bigger that was going on, I don't think they would tell us no matter what. So I'm going to take what Shane Steichen says and run with it when he tells you the rest assured, because he said if there was a game to be played on Sunday, Richardson will be out there. So does that mean he'll be starting? No, I don't know. Does that mean he'll be getting all the reps? I don't know. But he said he will be out there playing. So
I think he'd be starting. Yeah, he did say rest assured. He's fine. He's good to go. That's really all I needed to hear was some reassurance. Like, I don't even think they would. I think they would keep this under wraps if it was something serious anyway. But we well, mama don't know, don't hurt. Ignorance is bliss. Hey, just make sure that man is 100%. And it's fine, too, because we are in June. It is June 6th. Again, 3 more months until NFL action. Shoot, I mean, preseason, sure, but it is a little before that. But look, he needs to be 100% ready for week 1 against the Houston Texans. I need a Richardson, CJ Stroud showdown because our boy is undefeated against him.
Absolutely. And I'm not even going to break into all the sidebar crazy talk CJ Stroud's been talking week by week on everything. I see something new, but he's been jabbering. I know, and EJ's already addressed it. EJ Speed addressed it a little bit. Zaire said he ain't about to sit here and entertain it. He gonna show them when they get on the field. That's what I like, that energy. I love that energy. So all we need now is AR, like you said, week 1 to come back out and do like Zaire said. Well, we're up 28-7 when they was out there on the field. So that's what I want to see.
Hold on, how much was it? 28-7 and what?
Yeah, come on now, come on. So
Texas fans.
Exactly. Y'all getting wild. So relax. We're gonna see what happens when the pads start clapping. But back to Anthony Richardson for a second, though. Like I said, he was out. He threw that left hand, like Eric mentioned, but one thing that he did say, he said they're surprised there's only been 1 day with this soreness. Of course, that was an expected thing. So again, we all lose our minds a little bit whenever we see this, but we know the reality of surgeries. There is no such thing as a routine surgery, so
Mm,
the soreness is going to be expected. And of course, he's well above track from where he was supposed to be, and I don't believe he was supposed to actually start throwing again until July, I think, or maybe.
right.
So again,
He's
even seeing him
fully
out
ahead
there,
of schedule,
yeah,
like,
a month
and
ahead,
he's
yeah.
not 100%, but he's still ahead of schedule, so we good.
Exactly. Exactly. Trainers told him to take it light, so it's fine. And like he said, it's 6 weeks to throw and get ready for the season. 6 weeks. So, hey, dog, take the rest you need. That's 255 pounds you can serve on a 4-4-3, 4-3, whatever. Take the time you need, dog, because we need you. Like you mentioned, Eric, we need you
Yeah.
come week one. So take the time.
Yeah, that's probably the biggest news to break from minicamp.
Hmm.
Going into some other players, we saw Joe Flacco get some first team reps. Yeah, I thought Gardner Minshew was a high quality backup. I mean, Joe Flacco, who's a better backup?
Oh, don't disrespect Joey Flacco like that. We saw what he did with the Browns last year, and of course we
No, no,
saw.
I'm on Joe Flacco's
Oh,
side.
I know. I'm just saying for just
Oh
for that
yeah, yeah,
question.
yeah.
Yeah. No, Joe Flacco. Yeah, you're right. Listen. We saw what he did with the Browns. Obviously, we saw what he did throughout his career. I'm gonna let you break him down because I know you got some stuff to say. But I'll take Flacco back there any day of the week.
Yeah, he was 39 years old, 39, and he was still shooting darts around, in camp. Love to see it. I love it, and yeah, Gardner Minshew. But like we were talking about this time last year, we're like, it's good to have Gardner Minshew as a bridge
Mhm.
quarterback. He's a high quality, he's a high end backup. But like Joe Flacco, I don't know if there's a better backup unless you want to go into the Steelers quarterback room because they have a competition and one of them is going to be the backup. But other than that, I mean, come on, your boy Sam Ellinger.
Come on now.
He was throwing picks about every day.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, he recovered on some of them things. Y'all still love hating on Sam, boy. It's
I
all
I
right. Though.
I just I'm saying in fact I'm not hating or am I? I
He,
don't
he
know.
made up. He made up for some of them. He made up
Hey,
for some
he
of it.
made up for some of them. Jonathan Taylor, I thought was moving really well in
Mhm.
practice. I saw a lot of videos. He looks fully healthy, and that is something we haven't seen from him in some time. I think he has a good shot at taking the RB1 title this year.
Mhm.
Like, I'm talking about for NFL, we already know he's
Mhm.
RB1 for the Colts. I'm talking about for the entire NFL, he might be the king. I mean, our run game should be excellent this year.
Yeah, his body fluidity was just crazy on those videos. It's just so smooth. It almost looked like it was used like stop camera, on them just to watch this kind of flow. And again, it goes back to first off, he has crazy vision. So now that his vision and his feet hit that, that connection is back there, explosiveness. We
Yeah.
can see how he can tiptoe up and down, and he just kind of gets ready. And then as soon as he's ready to hit the hole, he can blitz through. So that footwork is there. He looks good. I'm excited for what he's going to bring back for us.
Ashton Doolin's still rehabbing from an ACL injury. I guess
Mm.
our wide receiver group, we have a bunch of injuries,
Yeah.
minor ones right now besides Doolin. I think Pierce was out for undisclosed injury.
Hmm.
Michael Pittman, I believe, banged
Bang his
knees.
knee. Yeah.
Yeah, way back. I think during OTA. So he, just some minor injuries. I will say Ryan Kelly doesn't want to play 18 games. And I quote, yeah, 18 games sounds great. But until you're the one out there and putting a helmet on for those 18 games, yeah, then come talk to me. I I mean, yeah, I guess he's right. Like, look, you're gonna make us play more games. How about you come out here and do it yourself? I get that, and every player in any sport can say that when they
Sure.
disagree with someone, with any analyst or anyone trying to make a rule. But the fact of the matter is, he doesn't want to go out there for an extra week for nothing in return. So, the NFL is the most popular sport in the United States. The owners and Roger Goodell, they want to squeeze every single dollar they can out of us, out of the players as well. They need to do something if they're going to start increasing games. So I love football, but there's always a line. Safety first. I believe that. And can we get another bye week? Like, is that possible if we're going to move it up to 18 games? Can we squeeze in another bye week for these teams? Will contracts across the board increase? Not just inflation. Will, got an extra game, extra revenue. what are you going to do for the players? So things like that came to my mind. I don't know about you, Jamal.
Yeah, no, both of those, and I do think I'd be first person to tell you that I'm sure contracts would inevitably, get bigger, get larger for them, and they may adjust, the amounts they can get per, so they can change that cap a little bit because they're going to expect the guys to be out there for an extra week, like you mentioned. That's extra wear and tear on the body. But I would be the first person to say that if they're going to do something like this, just as much as they tried to continue the safety portion of the game to elevate it a little bit more, they're going to compensate these guys, for having to go out there and do that extra bit more than inflation. I would think so.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
Hope so. But yeah, I don't necessarily disagree with Ryan Kelly. But I don't know. 18 games is sounding more likely unlikely because NFL is a money machine. I have a few notes on the defense. Daniel Scott.
Unfortunate. Just talked about him.
Out for the season, torn Achilles. Missed his rookie season last year, of course, with a torn ACL. I'm gonna keep it a buck. This may be, it might not be, but this may be a career-ending injury. This guy hasn't touched the field in what's gonna be 2 years now. It's very unlucky, but this is worse than I feel like what happened to Tyquan Lewis for us. It's just that's a lot to rehab from. I mean, he's already rehabbing from a torn ACL. Now he's got the torn Achilles. That's just a lot. So if he can come back somehow and make an impact for this team, that's something. But we're starting to get in that realm where, what's next? I'm being honest. I'm not getting on the guy, but what could be next in that leg that goes out?
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think the reality of the situation is unless I can see, depending on what his story is, his background, character, and all that stuff, I see the Colts hanging tight on him just for the sake of just a respect thing, because it's kind of organization the Colts are. But is it going to be a beneficial thing to the team as far as it goes for wins and losses on keeping that cap space around or whatever the case is? I think that's where the reality has to come into it, where you see your future, versus whether you see someone else, individual's future. So, but yeah, like you mentioned, it's a super tough loss. Shane Steichen, of course, talked about it a little bit as well, and saying that again he was on the right trajectory, and of course he's hoping he comes back and feeling better. I guess he better hit up Aaron Rodgers' doctor, see what we got going on, because we're gonna need something. But seriously though, on a more serious note, it does stink. It does stink for this guy to make it to the highest level and then have these back-to-back injuries like this. It's super unfortunate. Right. And speedy recovery for him, and hopefully the Colts do the right thing. Maybe he comes back and shows he can still produce at some level. I don't know.
Maybe it would be definitely a comeback story. But this really, this is a dent in the safety room. Daniel Scott was supposed to be at bare minimum a death player, and now we're looking a little razor thin there. So now a safety signing is actually a little bit more likely. But yeah, sorry to hear about Daniel Scott. Yeah, I do wish him a speedy recovery as well. Dallas Flowers, this guy Dallas Flowers. I don't know, man. I kind of see why Chris Ballard opted not to take a cornerback in the first round, or even in day 2. Like, Flowers is kind of looking good, and he's letting everybody know, like, he was barking at AD Mitchell, like, 'cause that man was all over him, and I love it because they were barking back. That's that friendly competition you have amongst your teammates, and it pushes each other to get better. And he's got that dog in him. He's probably going to be starting alongside Juju Brents. If I had to pick right now, yeah, I don't know. Dallas Flowers, hey, he won it. Like, when you want it, things change. But I could be wrong. We still have some young corners on the market. We got losing my train of thought. Jalen Jones.
Yeah, Jalen Jones. Yep,
started a lot last year, and he did well as a rookie. But outside of that, I think it's between Flowers and Jones who's going to start.
Yeah, without a doubt. And of course, it's Jones' spot to lose at this point. Of course, even no matter what Flowers does, Jones showed that he could do it. He was in there every single game. and did what he had to do each, week in and week out. So I love it. I love the competition within the cornerback room, between these guys, and also more importantly, I love it what's on the field, because again, you got a young AD Mitchell who's got something to prove, and he wants to be that guy. And D'Lo coming out, he's coming off that injury. He wants to show that he's back. He's back in action. And so
Right.
I'm all about the friendly competition, and I want to see that there. And let it heat up in that cornerback room. Let somebody show up and show out, show everybody.
It's
Everybody
a
is
thin cornerback
expendable.
room, man.
Yeah.
Darrell Baker Jr., I don't
Oh, yeah.
expect him to be a starter ever for the Colts. Now he may step in if if 4 cornerbacks go down, but again, highly unlikely situation. I think Micah Abraham, who we drafted recently, I think he would probably play behind Kenny in that nickelback position. I could be wrong, but he seems more of that slot corner role. So yeah, I think the cornerback battle right now is going to be Dallas Flowers versus Jalen Jones for that other starting cornerback position.
Absolutely. And while we're talking about the cornerbacks, I just want to talk on Clay Field as well, who's an undrafted free agent. We scooped up today. I believe we had six undrafted free agents come to minicamp for us here, and Clay Field and Derek Slywaka. I don't know. Slauka, I guess is how you say it. He's going to be playing wide receiver. But going back to Field for a minute, I'm sure he's going to be a depth piece at that nickel spot for us. 8 interceptions, 17 pass breakups in college, and played over 500 plays on special teams. So he'll be a little weapon special teams for us, and I'm sure he'll get a chance to play a depth piece for us at that nickel position. And then Derek Slauka at wide receiver. He played DB in college, so he has a little bit of experience there. 51 tackles, 2 interceptions, and 2 block kicks on special teams. So again, another depth piece for us. And I won't say a crowded wide receiver room, but in a wide receiver room that has a lot of potential right now for us. So
yeah, I mean there's definitely there's pieces there. But my clear cuts right now are probably going to be Jalen Jones, Dallas Flowers, Juju, of course. I think he's got that locked down. But Clay Fields, yeah, got undrafted free agent out of Chattanooga, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So again, Colts have at times, it feels like almost every year, we always have an undrafted free agent who steps up, who becomes an impact player, who makes the 53-man roster. So we don't want to sleep on these guys. So it's just it from us, at least me. I won't speak for you, Jamal, but it's always lower expectations for them just because of where they came from. They went undrafted. I don't expect them, but if they turn out like we have this every year, like Jalen Jones became a starter, 7th round pick, Rodney Thomas a 2nd, 7th round pick. It happens. There's always diamonds in the rough. So
absolutely,
yeah, that's all I got, man.
Yeah, that's about it for me too, man. It's good. It's a great mini camp, of course. Like I said, hopefully all these guys who weren't there get back healthy, or who weren't out there practicing, participating, get back healthy, whatever reasons it is. Like, we need y'all boys in the field in the next couple of weeks. Excited. I saw today too that we're going to be hosting the Cardinals for a little practice come August the 15th, I think, and the 16th. I don't think I'm gonna be able to go to that. I'll probably have to work. I'm not sure. We'll figure out. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But it's
hello,
exciting.
Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yeah, exactly. They set that up on purpose. Come on.
Yeah,
come on.
Yeah.
That's awesome. What could have been, but yeah, that's it for me, man. That's it for me as well.
Hey, great minicamp. If you've listened this far, let us know what you think in the comments. If you're on YouTube. If you're not on YouTube, go ahead and get on YouTube so you can let us know what you think about the episode, about minicamp, about the Colts in general. This is a fascinating team to watch, man. Every time I see Anthony Richardson, man, I'm just like, I'm glad we got this guy. I don't care if he had an unlucky year last year. We got this guy, and there are a lot of analysts, news reporters, things like that. They are basically manifesting him to have a comeback year, a most improved player year, a major step up year. Expectations are kind of high, so I'm loving every single bit of it. So
without a doubt.
Hey, that's going to be it for us, everyone. Thank you for listening to the Colts Cast. We're live on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, or any platform you use. Listen to the podcast. We'll be back next time to give you some more Indianapolis Colts content. Later.
Take it easy.